Hello and a very good evening. It could have had tragic consequences. Families living in Woking were about to go to bed when a car crashed into a mains gas supply nearby, triggering a massive explosion.
Many had to flee their homes overnight after a fireball swept along Old Forest Road, with flames shooting 40 feet into the air. More than 30 firefighters took 6 hours to contain the blaze. Police are now investigating how it happened. Keith Malone reports.
The fireball erupted shortly after 11 o'clock last night. A car crashed into a building controlling the area's gas supply, and it triggered an explosion. But within a stone's throw, an even greater risk: an electricity substation in danger of exploding too. Nearby residents had to flee their homes. Some, with children, spent the night at a local community centre.
We were just getting ready to go to bed and we heard the screech and a massive bang after it. We looked out the window and there's a 40-foot flame at the back fence, and ran to get the phone and dial 999.
My granny came rushing up the stairs and shouting, "Get out of the house!" And then I didn't know what had happened. And then when we got out of the house, I saw this big strip of fire, and then I was really scared.
It sounded like something falling off a shelf in the kitchen, and so I went outside and then saw the flames.
Crews spent more than 6 hours at the scene. Controlling the blazing gas was difficult and dangerous.
As it's quite a large main, the gas is actually under pressure, and that's why you're seeing the large flames that you are. The problem we've got, we don't want to extinguish the fire because they will then have large volumes of gas escaping at speed, which could cause us further problems.
The driver who crashed ran off and police are still looking for him. He was driving a Vauxhall Astra hire car, and witnesses say it was going at high speed. Power has now been restored to homes, and engineers are working to repair the damage.
Well, our reporter Keith Malone is at the scene now. Keith, a spectacular fireball and a narrow escape for residents there.
Yes, Andy, a narrow escape indeed, and what a terrible shock it was for people living here. This is the car that caused the crash. You can see it there, utterly burned out. This is the spot here where the gas main was fractured and erupted into flames. And behind the wall there is the nearest house. You can see how close it is to the flames. With me is the owner, Jed Stubbs. Mr. Stubbs, you must be very relieved you have a house to live in tonight.
Yes, very relieved indeed. It's down to the emergency services that kept the flames off the house and kept it safe.
How worried were you that you were going to lose it?
Well, worried, certainly. I mean, most worried about the children's playhouse, which is just behind the car and made of wood, but that's perfectly okay.
Very frightening, though.
A bit, yes, yeah, but the adrenaline kept us going.
Fire brigade kept you constantly informed about...
Yes, they did, yes.
Well, with me is the man you thank for having a house to live in tonight, Guy Pegler, Berkshire Fire and Rescue. What was the situation that confronted you here, Guy?
When our crews initially attended, we had 3 elements to this incident. Firstly, we had the car which had crashed and caught fire. It also fractured the gas main, which in turn had caught fire. And next door to this, the fractured gas main, was an electrical transformer. So our initial action was to get covering water jets in between the fire and the property until such time as we could extinguish the car fire and control the gas leak.
How close did you come to losing the house?
We didn't come close to losing the house at all.
Well,
we had it under control at all times.
Well, that was excellent. That's of great relief to Mr. Stubbs and his family. And the driver of the Vauxhall Astra, you can see here, is still being sought by police tonight. He ran off moments after crashing and causing all this chaos.
Keith Malone in Wokingham, thank you for joining us on that this evening. Now